Kaylin Goss from the KBIA Newsroom, and it's time for Missouri on Mic, conversations from Missouri in its 200th year. Brittney Like spoke with the Missouri on Mic team at the Poplar Bluff Municipal Library in July. She works there, and she's also a student teacher. She spoke with KBIA producer Kaylin Dixon. Here's Brittney.
I never had the best experiences with teachers growing up. They didn't really seem on my side. But I have a lot of care in my heart for kids, especially kids that come from backgrounds where they need someone to be there for them and someone to take care of them emotionally and show them how to take care of themselves too. I want to be that teacher that when a student grows up in 20 years and thinks back on, they think, that teacher was everything. That teacher was my best friend. I owe a lot to her, I just want to be there for kids that don't have anybody.
So you just said you recently had COVID. How has the pandemic affected your life?
It's made going for a teaching degree a lot harder, that's for sure. Because at the start of the pandemic, I was supposed to be going into schools and getting practice. And because of that, I feel like I'm a little behind because I wasn't able to get in-class practice with actual students. They just wanted us to learn about how to talk to students and learn about behavioral health and how to manage their behavior, but we haven't had a lot of practice in that. So now, as I'm getting close to finishing that degree, it's made it really hard because I haven't had as much practice as I would like to. Also, it's affected the kids because they're not sure how to interact when they get some kind of new person in the room because they've been so closed off from society. They don't know how to function anymore. And it's really sad because during the pandemic at its height, they were used to sitting at home in a chair at a computer and maybe being able to get up whenever they wanted if they didn't have anybody watching them, if they weren't forced to. But now we've gone back to regular classroom seating. So they're not used to having to sit still all day long. We need to give them some kind of movement, give them some enrichment. Fidget toys are a big deal. I plan on keeping those in my classroom, or we have like yoga balls for seats. They need to be able to move, is what I've learned from this new generation of pandemic elementary schoolers. And then it's all put on to me to figure out how to teach them as the new generation of teachers. And the only thing that's standing in my way right now is the fact that in 2022, we are still not paying people for student teaching. And that is a big factor. Whenever I know there's been a couple of different news articles lately about, there's not any teachers in the departments. We need teachers. And they're trying to do everything but pay people. I think that's where we should be looking. If you want teachers, you need to pay them. And with student teaching, especially, because that's required of us to do. And they don't give us any money, nothing for that. Some people don't know that. But it's like a 9-to-5 job, except you're doing it for free. It's emotionally taxing. It's physically taxing. And I don't feel that it's fair that they're not getting paid for that kind of work.
That was Brittney Like speaking about student-teacher pay. Missouri on Mic is an oral history and journalism project from Missouri's 200th year. Thanks to Rebecca Smith for producing this episode, and the Burney Sisters for providing our music. For more conversations like these, visit kbia.org. I'm Kaylin Goss. Thank you for listening.